Managing 5 children at once can be challenging for anyone, no matter how prepared they may be. 27 years ago, this woman opened her home to 5 young girls. What these girls did for her years later left her utterly astonished. Emily grew up as an only child in a small family in Montana, USA, with loving parents who ensured she never lacked anything. By the age of 20, she had graduated college at the top of her class and quickly secured a well-paying job. She rose swiftly in her career, earning 2 promotions in her first 18 months and attracting offers from major competitors, marking her as someone destined for success. Yet, while her career flourished, her personal life was less straightforward. Emily longed for a big family of her own, as she adored children. However, relationships didn't come easily, and as the years passed, her parents began worrying about her still being single. They wanted to see her happily married and, eventually, to welcome grandchildren. Though tempted to settle, Emily realized that compromising on love would lead to a lifetime of unhappiness. By the time she was 40, Emily had grown weary of waiting for the right partner. Having endured several heartbreaks, she also faced a dwindling window for biological motherhood. Determined to become a mother, she embraced the idea of adoption, a dream she'd held since her mid-20s to adopt children from abroad. Before pursuing adoption, Emily completed a year-long foster training program. She applied to adopt a child from Vietnam, but her plans were disrupted when the United States suspended adoptions from that country, leaving her in an agonizing wait. Then, unexpectedly, Emily received an opportunity to adopt that changed her life. Late one December night, she was jolted awake by the ringing of her phone. An unfamiliar number flashed on the screen and her heart raced, fearing something might have happened to her loved ones. Hesitantly, she answered, only to hear the voice of a social worker named Laura Smith from New York. "Hello, is this Emily?" Laura asked gently. She explained, "I'm a child care social worker, and you once applied for adoption at an orphanage here. We have 5 young sisters who urgently need foster care. Normally, we wouldn't place 5 children with a single person, but these girls cannot be separated. We'll be here to support you through the transition. Are you willing to welcome them?" Having children had always been Emily's dream, but she never expected to be blessed with 5 all at once. She felt a mix of excitement and uncertainty, wondering if she could manage such a big responsibility. But after years of waiting, she knew this was an opportunity she couldn't turn down. She told the social worker she'd be honored to welcome the quintuplets into her home. After the call, Emily was too energized to sleep, her mind racing with the realization that she was finally going to be a mother. When she shared the news with her parents, they were thrilled, eagerly anticipating the arrival of their new grandchildren. 6 months later, the long-awaited day came. Emily traveled to New York to meet her new daughters, and the moment she saw them, her heart melted. The 5 girls were adorable, and Emily knew instantly she had made the right choice, but she couldn't help but wonder how such beautiful children ended up in an orphanage. Her guide at the orphanage explained that their birth mother, unable to care for them as a single mom, had made the heartbreaking decision to place them there. Emily felt a surge of empathy and almost cried, imagining the challenges they'd faced so young. With the paperwork complete, Emily flew home with her daughters, Anna, Grace, Ella, Sophia, and Natalie. She dedicated herself to creating a loving home where the girls would thrive, ensuring they never wanted for anything. They quickly adapted to their new life, and from the moment they arrived, Emily felt a new level of happiness. Though she hired a nanny for additional support, she reduced her working hours to be present for her girls and spent weekends taking them on outings. The quintuplets had transformed her life, making her heart fuller than she'd ever imagined. One day, some curious friends asked Emily why she had chosen to adopt 5 girls at once. Smiling, she replied, "I can't fully explain it, but having them as my daughters has brought me a joy I never imagined. I just want to give them the best life possible." When the girls turned 4, Emily enrolled them in one of the top schools in the city. She would drop them off each morning and then head to work, eager to leave as soon as possible each afternoon to be with them. Even then, she felt like she was missing precious time with her daughters. A few years later, she decided to make a change, resigning from her job to work from home and be closer to them. Years passed, and the girls grew up knowing Emily as their mother in every sense. It wasn't until after they finished high school that Emily felt ready to share the truth with them. One evening after dinner, she gathered her daughters and said, "I'm so proud of the wonderful young women you've all become. For years I've waited for the right moment to tell you this, and I believe that moment is now. I am not your birth mother. I adopted each of you from an orphanage many years ago. I know this might be surprising, but it's important you know that to me, this has never mattered." For a moment, the five sisters were silent, stunned by the revelation. Then, as one, they rushed to her, embracing her with tears in their eyes, thanking her for everything she had done. But years later, they would surprise her in a way she never expected. After graduating from college, Emily's daughters quickly secured jobs. One snowy evening, the five young women reflected on how much their lives had changed since Emily adopted them. Realizing they wouldn't be where they were without her love and guidance, they decided it was time to give back. Emily had always dreamed of owning a grocery store for her later years, so she could stay active without a full-time job. Her daughters went above and beyond. They gifted her not one, but 3 grocery stores. They also surprised her with a beautiful mansion. Knowing her passion for charity, they even established a non-profit organization in her name. Emily's choice to adopt these 5 girls not only filled her life with joy, but also led to the fulfillment of some of her deepest dreams. What has this story taught you? Would you ever consider adopting 5 children? Share your thoughts in the comments, and thank you for watching. See you next time.